Hi there, today we're going to be talking about Excel. Excel is a wonderful spreadsheet program. It can do very basic things or it can do very fantastic, sophisticated things. We're going to get started today doing some formulas in Excel. Formulas aren't that bad. If you know how to do a formula or a calculation on a calculator, then you know how to do it in Excel. It's much easier in Excel because we know that numbers change. So what we're going to do here is we're going to figure out how much it would cost me if I bought 10 oil filters at $15 a piece, and then I'm going to show you how you can copy that formula down and it'll work for all of these items that I have in my list. So again, if you know how to do it on a calculator, what would you do on a calculator? You would go 15 times 10, and that would give you how much you would pay for 10 items at $15 a piece. So all we do is convert that to Excel language by going to the cell where we want it to go, which is E2 in this case, and we're going to go equals on our keyboard. So all of our formulas, I will start with an equal sign. And then we could type in 15 if we wanted to, but instead of typing in 15, we're actually going to type or click on cell C2 because we want it to take whatever is in cell C2. You know how things change. If that changed from 15 to 20 or 10 or whatever, we would want our formula to automatically update. Now here's some keys that you want to look at on your keyboard. The plus and the minus would be if you were adding or subtracting something. We are going to multiply, and that's the asterisk, the star. So if you have, you can go Shift 8 on your keyboard, or if you have a keyboard that has the extra keys way over on the very right hand side by your well, it has some arrow keys, but on the very right hand side, you can use that asterisk there as well. So we're going to go C2 multiplied by D2. And that's your formula right there. If you wanted, you could have typed it in. It doesn't have to be in uppercase or lowercase, but it does have to be in that format. It can't be 2C or something like that. It has to be C2. So I'm going to press enter, and look at that. It gave me my answer, 150. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the 150, and I can also see it here in my little formula bar up here, and I'm going to take that by the bottom right hand corner and I'm going to drag it down into all of these cells right up until the very last price here. So it automatically figured out my second one here, my breaks, 5 breaks at $5.89 a piece. It gives me $29.45, and you can see here in the formula bar that it adjusted for it. We put in C2 times D2, it adjusted it and made it C3 times D3. And then it just goes down. This one is C4 and C5 and so on. There's another one, my hubcaps, 4 of them at $3.32 a piece. And it's fantastic because if I go in and make a change to it, I want to buy 5 instead of 4, I just go up to that number and I type it in and I press enter, and it's all done for me. So that's an idea, that's an example of a simple formula that we can put in there. Then we've got the subtotal down towards the bottom that we can work with as well. So how much do we owe for all of these items? I know I could probably say equal E2 plus E3 plus E4. There is a better tool. It's called the auto sum button. It's way over here on the right hand side. So I'm going to first click on E16 to tell it that that's where I want it to go, and then I'm going to click on the auto sum button on the side, and it actually goes in and adds up. It wants to add up E2 to E15. Usually it's correct. If it's not correct, then you take your mouse and you select and drag over the ones that are supposed to be in there. So it will add all of those things up for you. Next we have the GST here, and again, if you have an idea how to do the GST, then you're halfway there. So in our case here, and I've got the 6% because I'm going to change it to 5% later for you to see how easy it is. I'm going to go equals, I'm going to take the subtotal, multiply it by, you have your choice here to type in a number, but since I've got it over here in a little cell, I'm going to click on the cell. So E16 times C20, I'm going to press enter. It's really nice because now if I decide I wanted to change that to 5%, watch the 1176 change to 9.8. The last formula we'll do here is just adding up these two cells, the subtotal plus the GST, so equals E16 plus E17 and enter, and there is my total for this order is $205. I don't really like all my decimal places, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my totals that I did here, all of my numbers, and I'm just going to click on the little number sign button on my toolbar, and it makes them all nice and standard, 2 decimal places and that kind of thing. I can also do that to my unit costs as well, just to make those a little bit nicer looking. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Now if things change, oh, I'd like to buy 7 wheels, bang, it's done. All your formulas are sitting there waiting for you to type numbers into. See, it's not that bad, is it? Have fun with that. Thanks, and we'll see you again.